Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is going to be the last Yeezy Adidas sneaker haul. Why? Because Yeezy Adidas no longer exists. I'm sure if you're on my channel, you're a Yeezy fan, you're a Kanye fan, and I'm sure you all know by now there is no more Yeezy Gap, no more Yeezy Adidas. He's basically being canceled right now. So I think it would be a disservice to everyone if I didn't even at least mention or talk about what's going on with Ye. And I'm going to start this vlog off with just kind of an open letter to Ye so he can hear my perspective. He's probably never going to see this, but I'd like to get this off my chest before we start this haul. You've been a huge part of my life. You've influenced me to strive for perfection, to be the best, to be a fan of myself. You filled me with self-delusional confidence that only you could do with your music, your art, and your rants. Your music has been the life of the parties that I've been to. It's uplifted me through difficult times. Your designs, they've made me appreciate fashion as an art, hone my own tastes, raise my level of sophistication. Through your art and your music, you've helped me understand who I am as a human. You've helped me shine as a little speck in this infinite universe to give meaning to life, which in the grand scheme of things is fleeting and meaningless. I've been there through thick and thin, the good times and the bad. One thing I've learned along the way is that no one is all good and no one is all bad. In fact, I've come to realize who can even determine what's good and what's bad. It's all perspective at the end of the day. I'm not here to chastise you about, I guess, what we could describe as your promo run, the tweets, the podcast appearances, which I believe originated from your frustrations regarding your business deals with Adidas and Gap. But ultimately, it became about the Jews. And while that was highly publicized, your regret and apologies about those remarks mostly fell upon deaf ears. While your supporters might have learned to read between the lines, interpret your intentions, you left yourself vulnerable to the people who don't support you and the people you hurt, who are taking your words at face value. You are globally recognized and beloved. I'm confident that there's millions of people from all walks of life, including Jewish people, who've bought your music, your sneakers, your clothes, and championed you for all the things you stood for, right or wrong. To watch you generalize Jewish people was jarring. And I've pretty much either agreed or at least try to understand where you're coming from, even if I disagreed. But this was particularly whoa. I'm not going to offer any advice because why would you listen to me? I'm your fan. I already know exactly what you're going to say to me. If I did offer you advice, you'd say, why should I listen to you? You're not as successful as me, as rich as me, as famous as me, all of that. So I'm not going to invite myself to your ridicule by offering you advice. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to let you know that Jewish people are not the reason for your trials and tribulations. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to let you know that Jewish people are not the reason for your trials and tribulations. I heard Lex Friedman on his podcast tell you to call out the individuals by name that harmed you. And that they harmed you not because they're Jewish, but because they're heinous. And while watching it, I found myself agreeing with that sentiment. But I think even Lex misses the mark here. It's not the Jews who are holding you down. It's not even the evil record label and corporate execs holding you down who happen to be Jewish. From the outside looking in, the only person holding you down is yourself. Because in this world, the only person you can control is yourself. I love my wife. I cannot control her. She chooses to stay with me. My employees who work for me, I can't control them. They can quit whenever they want. All I can do is control myself. I love my wife. I make a life for our family, and she wants to be a part of it. I create a rewarding and positive working environment that my employees want to be a part of. Or I don't, and I can do whatever the fuck I want. But I do whatever the fuck I want, and I know that everyone is not gonna fuck with that. So you do whatever you want to do, and do whatever you want to say, but you just can't expect everyone to fall in line or fall over backwards trying to figure out or understand what your intentions are. whatever bad deals or issues you might have with record labels, Gap, Adidas, whatever. All the problems that you have that have surfaced are due to your own decisions. Deals you signed, whether you made informed decisions or not, whether you learned more as you got to peek behind the curtain to learn that you don't like your deals. No one made you partner with anyone in regards to your music or your fashion. That was your own choice. You also made the choice to point your finger and blame others for whatever battle you find yourself fighting in right now. And you made the choice to call them out by their religion, their culture, their ethnicity, instead of by name. Which, even if you did call them out by name, I still say that you made that choice. I'm not going to shame you for your choices. Everyone has their reasons for doing whatever they do. I don't know why you signed your record deals. I don't know why you signed your Adidas and Gap deals. I don't know why you decided to wake up and blame the Jews for your problems. All I know is that you did what you did because you wanted to do it. You know, based on your history, I imagine you're going to continue to do what you want to do. Based on your history, I imagine that you're going to overcome these obstacles. Based on your history, I imagine you will continue to revolutionize society through your art. And you will do all of this because you choose to do it. I want to make sure I'm clear about my perspective. I don't believe any of this has anything to do with Jewish people. People have been hurt, they've been offended by what you said, including myself. I don't think you meant to hurt and offend, but you did, and now it is what it is. This is not a Jew problem, this is a you problem. And if you are unwell, then I truly hope that you do become well. Okay guys, I just kind of want to get that off my chest before we go into this haul. With great sadness, I present the final Yeezy Adidas sneaker haul. Poetically, it ends with the first Yeezy I ever bought and the final Yeezys I ever bought. This is what got me into collecting shoes. I've always been into shoes. I've always rocked shoes ever since I was little. Always wanted Jordans, always wearing them, but collecting them, it didn't happen until this shoe. This was the first shoe I bought and I was like, holy shit. I couldn't even put them on. I was like, this is just such a work of art. It's too beautiful. I don't want to get it messed up by walking around in them, and it's held on to them forever. So these got re-released obviously on Yeezy Day, which was not approved by Kanye. I think that made him upset. Fortunately for me, Adidas went ahead and re-released them, and I'm glad I was able to pick up a pair for my wife. So I've got like the original Yeezy 350 turtle doves from way back when. I have some, I think I have like 2 dead stock and 1 that I rock often. And I bought 2 pairs of the re-releases. I don't think there's any real differences between the original release and this one, but if you just look at the shoe, just the silhouette itself changed the game. Before this shoe, there was no shoe that looked like this, and you know what, even now I just don't think there is. Like, look at this cool futuristic sole right here. Even the material it's made out of, like, I'm used to shoes being made out of leather. This is just some type of fabric, and it's like the dopest pattern ever. I don't know why it's called a turtle dove. It doesn't remind me anything of a turtle dove. You got the suede Yeezy patch right here. On the other side, the suede Yeezy patch is the Adidas trefoil. There is no shoe like it. It is the most comfortable shoe I've ever owned. It's the most comfortable sneaker, period. You can do anything in these shoes. You can just, whether it's going to work, going out to the club, going out for a run. I think you could even hoop in these if you really wanted to. I mean, there's nothing you can't do in these shoes. And they're so comfortable, they're so stylish, they're so revolutionary. This is the beginning of what has now come to an end. I love to play basketball. They say it runs small, but it's kind of a heavy basketball shoe, but it works. I like it. Easy to slip on, it's totally unique. And I thought the colorway really popped on the website, and I was like, this will be fun to kind of run. It'll make me feel fast. Got this teal top right here, like neoprene. Very, very bright orange sole here. Got these futuristic like plasticky waves and mesh material. They use lightweight materials, but for whatever reason, I think it's because of this rubber sole here that's so thick. It's a very heavy basketball shoe. I think really good for like people who play the 5 position or the 4 position, you know, someone like LeBron. Probably not the best shoe for someone like me who likes to run the 2 and the 3. I have the original colorway, I don't know what it's called, the performance version. I play in them, I love them. I have the OG ones, the yellow orange ones. She got these faded indigo colorway of the knit runner. This is a cool ass shoe. What is this? When you look at it, it's just like, why would anyone wear this? When you first look at this, you're gonna be like, this is a very strange silhouette. But when you put them on, they're super comfortable. I believe they run very small, so you should definitely get a size up. Did she? Yeah, April usually wears a 5.5 in Yeezys. She picked up a 6. I hope they fit. We're about to find out. Look at that sole. How cool is that? Very like rough textured fabric here. And there's no laces, it's a slip-on. And if you want to look different, nothing that's going to make you look more different than a knit runner. These are a badass shoe. Oh, these are cool. Yes, I have the original one. I can't remember what the name of the colorway is. I'm not that kind of guy, but when they first came out, it was kind of like this neon green. I think maybe it glows in the dark, but this is a very comfortable shoe. Again, very post-apocalyptic. No actual laces to tie. It's very thin right here on the ankle. It's just a fabric, no leather. Probably pretty cheap to make since there is no leather. The famous Boost, obviously. Again, one of the most comfortable shoes that there are. And I bought these in a size 10, true to size. I always do. Except for the knit runner. The knit runner, you definitely have to go a size up. And last but not least, the final Yeezy Adidas unboxing that I will do comes with great sadness. It really does. Again, some of the most comfortable shoes I've ever owned. These are the Yeezy 700 analog. April wears a lot of black and white. Goes with everything. Knit material right here at the tongue. Feels like almost like neoprene, but I'm sure it's not. There's no leather on this thing, lots of rubber. It kind of reminds me of like a wave runner, like especially the sole right here. Looks like if stormtroopers like were playing tennis and had to go out and like, you know, do something athletic, they'd slip on something like this. No shoelaces, which I think is brilliant. Who wants to fucking deal with shoelaces? Okay guys, so this is the order of the last pairs of Yeezys that I ever bought. We start off right here with the turtle doves. Doubled up here from me and my wife. My wife picked up these knit runners on her own, which is highly unusual. She never buys Yeezys on her own. And I bought her these Yeezy 700s. Picked up the 380s. And the last but not least, the Quantums. And that is the end of this vlog, the end of the Yeezy Adidas era. That was a bittersweet haul to make, but I'm sure that Kanye is going to come back bigger, faster, stronger, either with another company or by himself. And I'm sure he's going to wow us again in the very, very near future. But until then, I will enjoy these shoes. I will cherish them. I will wear them with pride. Feel sexy in them. Feel like I can jump higher, run faster, all of that. Till next time, peace.
Couldn't tell you how old your daughter was. Couldn't tell you how old your son is.